Someone once said that rugby is a beastly game played by gentlemen. Well, this description describes Bill Shifflett, the most accomplished rugger to ever come out of this region and play on the world stage. This 1972 Cordova graduate lettered in football, wrestling, and track. In football, he earned first-team All-Delta League and first-team Sacramento Bee All-City Conference honors in 1971. After high school, Shifflett played football at both Cosumnes River College and the University of California, in addition to semi-professional football for the Sacramento Buffaloes. Shifflett began playing the lesser-known game of rugby back in 1975 with the Mather Rancho Cordova Rugby Club and with several other Cordova grads, starting along with his path to rugby stardom. He played for the Northern California Rugby Football Union Pelicans from 1981 to 1987 and the Pacific Coast RFU Grizzlies from 82 to 87. Shifflett played with the USA Football Union Eagles, the national rugby team, from 1983 to 1987. He toured Australia and Japan with the Eagles and participated in the first Rugby World Cup back in 1987, an astonishing achievement. Why rugby? Shifflett said that the game is absolutely unique. Although it is a physical contact sport, both teams get together to share a meal, discuss the match, forge friendships and sportsmanship in ways not always seen in athletics. A Rancho Cordova resident since 1956, Shifflett attended local schools including Jesuit and Cordova High. So it was not surprising that he decided to dedicate himself to bringing the game of rugby to new generations of Rancho Cordovans. Today, Bill Shifflett is president of the Lancer Youth Rugby Club, with whom he has coached for 20 years. Judy Shipman has been running the streets of Rancho Cordova and the American River Parkway for more than 40 years. She is a two-time cancer survivor and widow whose athletic career did not begin until the age of 37. Her crowning achievements did not occur until she was 50. She is the embodiment of the old adage, "It's never too late." Shipman moved to Rancho Cordova in 1974 and built a life and athletic career right here. She was a former coach at Cordova High and campus monitor at Mitchell Junior High School. At the age of 37, Shipman began moving in hopes of losing weight. Beginning that journey at more than 200 pounds, she began to walk, which turned into a jog, which then turned into a run. 40 years later, at the age of 75, Judy Shipman is still running. She has competed in 25 CIMs, more than 80 marathons, 75 ultras, not to mention over 1,000 5 and 10K races. She ran the Boston Marathon and participated in Epi's Great Race as an Ironwoman not once or twice, but 10 times. At one time, she was the oldest woman competitor in the race and held the record for the Masters division. Known to be one of the top and toughest ultra-marathoners in the world, Shipman has competed in the American River 50-mile endurance run. She says running is in her blood, and that is what keeps her going. Shipman is well known in the community and one of the oldest competitors in her field. Many people know her by her decorative hat she wears while pounding the pavement, recently honored as the Women's Ultra Veteran Athlete of the Year by the Sacramento Running Association. Judy Shipman continues to leave her legendary trail of determination on the roads and streets of Rancho Cordova. Troy Taylor was a Cordova High School Lancer quarterback who racked up extraordinary records in high school and college before heading off to the NFL. Taylor was an outstanding prep quarterback who transferred to Cordova for the 1985-86 school year. He led the Lancers to a 14-0 season as section champions in one of the most outstanding seasons in Sacramento area history. He was a Sacramento Bee Player of the Year in 1985. Highly recruited, Taylor was a 4-year starter for the Cal Golden Bears and was a record-breaking team MVP the last 3. He led the Pac-10 with an average of 253 total offensive yards per game and finished his collegiate career as Cal's all-time leading passer with more than 8,100 yards. Taylor quarterbacked the New York Jets from 1990 to 92 before shifting his focus to teaching and coaching, including coaching stints at Colorado and Cal. Taylor eventually ended up back in the Sacramento area, first as an assistant football coach at Christian Brothers High School, then on to Folsom High as part of the coaching combine that vaulted the Bulldogs to 2-time section and state champion status. Today, Taylor is offensive coordinator at Eastern Washington University. No matter where he may land, Troy Taylor credits the lessons learned in the streets of Rancho Cordova and on the gridiron for changing his life. Says he, "I will always be indebted to my head football coach Max Miller and his staff and my 1985 teammates and the Rancho Cordova community. Being part of a team that went 14-0, he says, and winning the section championship will always be treasured in my memory. That year was truly the turning point of my life. Any success I had in the future began right here at Cordova High School." As he says, "Go Big Red." A Cordova High School multi-sport athlete from the class of 1984, Randy Varis was born and raised right here in Sacramento. He earned several awards and lettered in 3 sports, basketball, baseball, and football, before hitting the big time in Major League Baseball. In high school, Varis was a basketball section title holder. A 6'3" forward and strong rebounder, Varis shined as a shooter with the ability to score 20 points per game. While he played for the Lancers football team that went 11-1, Varis gained a reputation as one of baseball's finest pitchers. Drafted by the New York Mets in 1984, he declined to sign and instead headed for Sacramento City College. After spending a season at Sac City under legendary coach Jerry Weinstein, Varis was drafted by the Milwaukee Brewers as the 2nd overall pick in the 1985 draft. At the age of 23 in 1989, he made his major league debut against the New York Yankees. During his career, Randy Varis played for the Brewers, Cubs, Marlins, Tigers, and Royals, pitching in 135 games with a 9-13 record and 116 strikeouts. Born and raised in California, Ryan Yantis became one of the most successful swimmers ever to graduate from Cordova High School. A 4-time All-American high school swimmer and letterman, he set 2 national and sectional high school records in 1979, one of which was broken in 2007. Not only was Yantis a record-setting athlete, he was an active member of student government and an Eagle Scout. Yantis earned a full-ride scholarship to the University of Missouri, where he lettered in swimming in 1980. It was widely accepted that he would have gone on to compete in the Olympics had the U.S. not boycotted the Moscow Games later that year. Shortly after college graduation, Yantis joined the Army, where he served for more than 20 years. He retired from the military in 2006 as a lieutenant colonel. Yantis' commitment, training, and skills, first acquired in the pool in Rancho Cordova, would later serve him well while he assigned as a public affairs officer at the Pentagon. Minutes before the 9/11 terrorist attacks, Yantis was in the area where American Airlines Flight 77 crashed. He was discussing with a coworker the World Trade Center attack that had occurred just moments before. Yantis returned to the crash site to account for personnel under his charge and made sure that everyone in his office had evacuated. When he found several people injured, Yantis began carrying out stretchers and bringing aid into the building in a life-saving operation, making him forever as not only a decorated 9/11 survivor, but a first responder as well. Today, Ryan Yantis is Vice President and a founding member of the American Pride Company, a nonprofit organization dedicated to sharing first-person stories of overcoming challenges relating to the terrorist attacks of 9/11 to engage the nation and inspire patriotism.